Hello kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. What we're working on today is a 2015 yard machine. I got this for 10 bucks. It was in a group of 4 for 40. And I decided to tackle this one just because it was the double turd of the whole group. The rest of them aren't so bad. We got a Murray and then 2 Hondas. Which I showed you in the initial video. This Murray will be next. That'll be the next victim. So multitude of issues with the Mangler. In the previous video that I did on this thing, we went through and found out all the issues with this. Somebody had cut the coil wire. That's just a metal cap here. I just ended up changing out the coil with one that was complete with the metal clip. Primer bulb had a big hole in it. You can buy the replacement primer bulbs on Fleabay or the Big Jungle Company. I'll throw a part number for these down below for you if you've got a broken bulb. Wheel bushing on the right rear tire disintegrated. I ended up making a brass, I keep saying brass, copper bushing. This is 5/8 OD outside diameter copper pipe. So you can cut a section off and put it in the hub. The rust binds the original steel bushing to the axle. You go to remove it with vice grips. Sometimes it'll break, sometimes it'll break free, and you can reuse it again. So what else? What I found out, you can see it's a lot cleaner than it was. I cleaned up all that red spray paint off of the wheels, most of the deck. I got it off of the recoil. There is still a little bit remaining. I got it off of the back plastic here. That danger and warning were covered with red spray paint. So I grabbed up my daughter's toothbrush with a little old gas and just brushed it on the spray paint, and it came off quite easily. So I'm going to thank her for letting me use her toothbrush. She's going to catch on one of these days. So, like I said, this is a 2015 yard machine. The MTD number is this. If you got to order parts for this thing. So I went around with my shaker can spray painted this. Got all that red off of the wheels here on this side. I did the best I could. You can still see some red paint. I'm not going to do any more than I have to clean this thing up. It looks a whole lot better than it did when I first got it. So I had showed you the underside severely rusted. Why don't we do a little poor man's undercoating to that underside of the deck? Like I said, I went through everything. I even cleaned up the red paint that was on the tank. Got that cleaned up. I got rid of the fuel and water that was in it. I forgot to show you that. Let me grab that container. That was one thing I wanted to discuss with you. I kept pulling up water with my turkey baster from the bottom of the tank. There was actually a little bit of fuel in the top of the tank. So we got half and half water and half fuel. You can see all that yard debris in there as well. So like I said, I think the kids went to town, or maybe Harvey, the homeowner, had severely contaminated fuel in his gas can. So I wanted to show you that. Carb cleaned up nicely. One of the jets was plugged though, but I got that free and clear. Let's roll this on its side. We'll do the poor man undercoating. We'll put some fresh fuel in the tank. Tank is empty and dry now, and then we'll see if this thing starts off. I hope it does. I spent a good part of the day rectifying this thing. I still need 2 bolts for the handles. I got to put those on. Those were missing. I got a screwdriver holding one side in place. I sharpened the blade already. Let's undercoat the Mangler. I just got a little bit of used motor oil and an old junk paintbrush. I'm just going to goop it on. What I did initially is use this wire brush. I got this at Dollar Tree for $1.25. It's a real heavy duty wire brush. It was perfect for this scaly rust. So this really helped me out. Just knock the shit out of that rust and old paint. Degrease the whole thing. Let this sit for a couple hours in the sun. Now we're nice and dry. I can go ahead and paint it up with this old oil. I need some more oil. I didn't know it was going to take as much as it did. brush is starting to disintegrate, but it's getting the job done. So the key to the effective undercoating is once you goop it all up, start it and run it through a sandy patch of your grass area or in your lawn somewhere that's sandy. Let all that sand kick up. It'll adhere to the oil, creates a nice seal. So you may want to leave this out of the garage for a couple days. Just park it in the backyard, let it continue to dry out and drip, and then put it back in the shed or the garage. I had gooped up the back side of the bow tie area with a little bit of oil before. Make it easy for Harvey to undo it next time. So I think we should try the Mangler, add some fuel, see if today's work was worth it. Okay, mailman just bypassed me. That's unfortunate. Means I don't get any parts. This thing had so much sand in it all over the place. That should do it for the Mangler. I probably could have removed all that white paint and the magic marker there, the Mangler. I thought it looked kind of cool, so I left it, cleaned up everything else except for that. Who knows, maybe it'll be a selling point. I'll charge $30 extra because it's a signature series. So this has been quite a pain in the ass, but I think it was worth it on the 2015 yard machine to plow ahead, fix all those issues. That's the MTD number I just gave you. So this one's done. A couple more things to button it down, but we're 90% done on this thing. I got to dig up a air filter cover. Didn't have one. Most of them that I get are missing the cover and the filter anyway, so that's not a big deal. Got some rust, but we'll still plow ahead with this project. It's just surface. It hasn't poked through yet. Anyway, appreciate you coming out, checking out the Mangler. Have a good day today. Tip your waitress and wait staff. This one's going to go in the ready pile here very shortly. Have a good day.